America, I'm Turner. That's Walt. This is bullshit. All right.
Should we flip it? Should I do the intro? And
Go, yeah, go.
hey, we on Spotify. We got to know intros. You know who he is. Great to be a Gator hater. That's Cristobal Turner. You know who I am. Wayne's F baby. Please say the baby. It's James Walton here. What's good, America? We back. We're just cutting right to it. Those that are going to be looking at this on Spotify, I wish you could see Chris Turner's face right now. This dude is in pain. The floor is yours, man. Have a ball.
I don't even want to call it pain, dude. I'm so pissed. Here's what I don't understand. All right. Matter of fact, let me set the picture for you. Let's rewind back to 2004. All right. We got bowl practice at the University of Alabama. We're going to go play Minnesota. This was a decent Minnesota team that had Marion Barber and Maroney.
That's Maroney. Yeah, those were good teams for a while.
So, yeah, they had a really good team. We're practicing before we go to Tennessee to go play. I think we're playing in Music City Bowl. So I think it's in Knoxville, Nashville, wherever.
Nashville, for sure, yeah.
So we got a visit. Coach Shula calls all the Florida guys into the office. Hey, we really want this guy, blah, blah, blah. We got to get him. He could be the next Alabama quarterback, the next great Alabama quarterback. Chris, he's from your hometown. You and James really need to show him a good time. He's from Jacksonville. Oh, cool. What high school did he go to? He went to Nice. Nice. I looked at James like, man, that motherfucker ain't from Jacksonville. All right. Go to practice, having a good time. It's practice, it's bowl practice. You're not going that hard in bowl practice. So, coach like, hey, my Florida guys, go say what's up to Tim. We go over to the side. This tall white kid, real by the book looking, if you know what I mean. We go over like, hey, what's going on? His dad and mama over there, whatever. Dad came to me first. Hey, I know a lot about you. We had so-and-so play against you like your senior year. Like, really love you. Like, you're a great guy, blah, 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 whatever. I remember your picture on the... No problem. Thank you. This is my son, Tim. Hey, Tim, I'm Turner. What's good? Hey, nothing. Just here for a visit, blah, blah, blah. Fast forward all that bullshit. Okay.
How did you fast forward? I mean, this guy is arguably the nicest guy you've ever met. And you're just going to fast forward that?
Fine. So it comes down. Here's the thing. When it comes to recruiting, I am, as far as the recruiter goes, because every last Florida recruit they ever brought me, I got to commit. Every last one of them, except one.
No shit.
So I'm literally like 14-1 as a recruiter. So they put him with like the guys he was a little bit more similar to. I won't go deep in detail about that, but guys he was a little bit more similar to. At that time, my junior year, I was into a lot of different things, and the Bible was not one of them. So come out, we go to the bar, and like the guys got him out at the bar. Mind you, it's like 10 o'clock. Mind you, it's 10 o'clock. It's a college town. I'm already like about 20 natty lights in. I come over. Yeah, about 20 natty lights because the 30 pack, you got to share a little bit. So I'm about 20 natty lights in. I'm feeling myself. Yo, Tim, baby, what's good? You ready to go do this thing? We got a party with the Q dogs and everything. We're gonna get you in, blah, blah, blah. You get to holler at boop, and you're gonna have some boop, and it's gonna be a whole bunch of boop everywhere. And then when we get done, we're gonna go get some boop and boop, all that. So, oh no, this will probably be it for me. I'm gonna head in. The guys got me some soda coming and blah, blah, blah. This will be it. Dude, I got you, dog. Like, you ain't got to pay for nothing. Like, we good tonight. No, I'll be fine. Fast forward to the next day. Hanging out with us again, playing PlayStation or whatever. Like, Tim, what'd you do? Like, oh, I just went back to my room and that's it. All right. Tim, let me talk to you, man. Like what position do you play? Like I play quarterback and I really want to stay being a quarterback because I can do this and I can do that and I led Nice to this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. I ain't gonna lie. I sat here and me and James, I'm not gonna just do this by myself. Me and James told, hey, look, dude, like, listen, if you want to be a pure quarterback, I don't think Alabama's the place for you. Be honest with you. I told him that because I didn't like him at the time. I did. I'm sorry, Alabama faithful, but I did.
It was you. It was you. I knew it. I knew it. I can't wait for Kelly to hear this. I cannot wait for her to hear it. I will play this back as soon as we're done. It was you. I knew you ruined Alabama. I knew it was you. That is the greatest thing I've ever heard. I will never let you live that down. Ever.
Now, my teammates at the time were in agreement with me. It was like, this is
so good. Okay, I'm done. All right, go ahead.
My teammates at the time were in agreement with me. It was like, man, I don't think this dude gonna fit in. He ain't right for us, blah, blah, blah. Nobody wanted to say anything. Me being Mr. Natty Light at the time, Mr. E&J, you know what? Screw it. I'll tell him. Man, what are you gonna do? Because at the time, his top five at that time, Alabama, Florida State, Florida, South Carolina, and then it was Washington, I want to say. So the whole thing was, okay, well, if he goes to South Carolina, we're not worried about him. Not worried about him at all. He's not going to go to Florida State because Florida State was at that time transitioning to like the more mobile, super fast, athletic quarterbacks. You know what I mean by athletic. So South Carolina, not enough weapons. Florida State, not the right pigment. Washington, wouldn't have to see him anyway because it's Washington. But then that Florida thing was there. But they had Chris Leak. So I was like, okay, Chris Leak is damn near a perennial Heisman winner. Like Chris Leak was a dog. For those of you who don't realize how good Chris Leak was.
Well, he's one of the greatest high school players to ever live. Like
by far.
He was chosen.
And
all things considered, he had a great career.
I say his college career was not bad at all. Like his college career, he did exactly what he was supposed to do.
Yeah, I think he threw like 90 touchdowns somewhere in there, 80 to 100 touchdowns. He's in that window.
So we just figured, okay, there's no way in hell he's going to Florida. So as a representative of the team, I told him, hey, dude, I don't think you should come here. Whatever, he had a good time on his visit. A couple weeks later, he committed to Florida. Fast forward to the next year, they end up beating us, which kind of hurt because now that I think about it, like if we would have beat Florida, we probably would have got a better bowl than the Cotton Bowl, in which we played Texas Tech. Anyway, what I'm getting to is say, how the fuck does he get another chance in the NFL? This man hasn't played in almost 9 years. He's been playing. I don't even know if you can say he's been playing baseball because he gets on the team and then you never hear anything else from that team. Like it's just he's been an announcer for SEC Network. He's been doing a really good job. He shows up with Stephen A. Smith. He's been doing a really good job. And then he retired from baseball. Like he was in the Mets like quadruple or 26A baseball league. And then here's the thing. Well, what position does Tim Tebow play in baseball?
Outfielder.
Do you remember seeing any Tebow highlights?
Actually, yeah. Whenever he would hit a home run, it would be on SportsCenter.
So how many home runs?
He was playing Double-A. I think he had gotten up to Double-A. It was actually I wouldn't say he was close, but had them thinking like, well, we suck. We're the Mets. We can bring him up, sell some tickets.
Exactly. This goes to show you that here, America, make sure you listen to this. It doesn't matter what you know.
So awesome.
It's who you know. Okay. There's no way in hell, if this would have happened 10 years ago, he would have switched positions. He would have been an all-pro tight end. He might have revolutionized the way tight ends have been because he has the body type and he has the body type of an NFL tight end.
He's a big dude. Like, people don't realize how big he is. Like, this dude was solid.
He was.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he I'm gonna get his measurements at the combine while you're talking. Go ahead.
So Tim Tebow is on the verge of signing a 1-year contract to play in the NFL, a position that he hasn't probably played since middle school or Pop Warner football. Tim Tebow, the man who has been out of the NFL for almost a decade, is signing an NFL contract today or tomorrow to play for the hometown Jacksonville Jaguars. You mean to tell me that Jacksonville is so hard up for talent that you signed a SEC network announcer? You signed a dude whose batting average is about 238. You signed a guy who said he would never play anything else but quarterback to play on your team. If this isn't the most asinine thing I've ever heard of in my life because you're just doing it to sell tickets, there's no way listen, I'm 37 now. Tebow's 35. 34. Oh, he's 33 now? Okay. Tebow's 33. I know for a fact I can't come back and play at a super high level for a consistent amount of time for 17 games. And I work out a lot. Tebow, who just retired from baseball, who has not taken a hit from football in God knows how long, in a position that is adjacent to one of the most dangerous positions on the field. Now you're entrusting this man to block and then release and catch a pass. And I don't get it. Like, make it make sense, because there's no way in hell somebody was just looking at this from a football standpoint and you're like, you know what? This makes sense. Yeah.
Okay.
This makes a lot of sense.
Let me dive into this here a little bit and try to make you matter.
Please.
Not on purpose.
It won't take much.
But just a couple things. Tebow's combine height and weight, 6'3", 236 pounds.
Good size.
You come out of college and you're 6'3", 230, 240 pounds. That's salivating. Okay, we got something.
Right.
Like tight end position. Like, that's, if you're 6'3" with no shoes on, that means in your cleats, you about 6'5".
Right.
Tebow's a big dude. So I'm going to start there. Now, you hit on it, and that's the piece I was going to bring in. I didn't know where you were going to go with your rant to start this session. You have to credit Urban Meyer with doing this, Chris, because here's the thing about it. You're right. Sell tickets. Who leads the league in least amount of sellouts in the history of the NFL since their inception?
Those cardiac cats, the Jaguars.
Let me ask you a question. You hate him so much. Like, hate him.
Yeah. Yeah.
If he makes the team. Now, that's the thing. He's got to make the team. So I want to preface it with if he makes a team before I pivot to what I'm going to do that's going to really piss you off and understand it. Okay, we got some problems. You and I are going to have some issues. Like, I'm going to have to deal with Justin Fields. But I feel like yours might be worse with Tim Tebow. Will you watch a Jacksonville Jaguars?
Here's the thing. Yes, because.
And I'm going to cut you off right there. Here's the reason why. The reason why I don't need the reason, that's why Urban Meyer's a genius. If you worked him out and he was able to do some things today that can the fact that he's finally saying, I'll do this, and it's because it's you, Urban, like that's a lot of goodwill. Like, listen, not only did you gave the fans the quarterback they want, right? You gave them that guy. Like, they love Gardner, but Gardner, I went to a game where Gardner Minshew sat the bench. So I know, like, he wasn't quite bringing in. So you give them the quarterback they want, the fan base, right? And now you give them a kid that's
homegrown
there. That just doubled the 15 to 20,000 they have. You know what's so crazy? You know, we went to the Bears game, Callie and I, and it was so crazy because, you know, they had, like, you know, capacity numbers.
Right.
I honestly felt like it wouldn't have mattered. It would have been the same people.
Probably so. Very high chance.
And that's no disrespect for the Jacksonville Jaguar fans that love their team. It's just, we know Jacksonville's a pretty big place. They're creeping up on 1 million, right, Chris?
Yes.
So all I'm saying is, Chris, it's a genius move. Because at the end of the day, week 1, you're going to have 45,000 people in there. Their goal is to Shad Khan. I'm over here.
Shad.
I'm over here doing different sports. I know Tony's probably team president or some shit. But Shad's goal is make me believe that I can make money where that team has not made money in that stadium since the last days of Fred Taylor and Mojo Drew and David Garrard. That's the last time they were actually getting 40, 50,000 fans in that stadium. You know what I'm saying? Uh-oh. False button. You did not hear me? Oh, okay. Didn't know. Got a lot of emotions going on right now. So, Shad is thinking, what if somehow it's got to be, for me, it's got to be a four-game experiment. You know, it was easy to do this when it was 16. Now you add 17, right? So it's got to be a 4-game experiment. Obviously, now you're asking them to do some different things, and I agree, Chris. But we do know this, and you have to respect that position. That is, more times than not, the most athletic person on the field is the quarterback. Quiet as kept, even if it's Tom Brady. It is, because of their eye-hand coordination, their mental ability to have to break things down.
Right.
That's usually the most coordinated, functional. That guy can do a whole lot of things. Like, they have natural good hands because they do. Chris Dixon's one of the best shooters I've ever seen play basketball with. That's the movie. So, you know, story for another day. Chris hates that shit, but I try to shout him out. Shout out to Go. So you hit that on the head. They're going into this knowing we're going to have at least 40,000 people to watch this, because we've got the guy that has that hair flows, like we heard, you know, in the New Testament. And then we've got the beacon of light, which is Timmy T, which, to his credit, you have to give him this. When he's on the field, his teams find a way.
I ain't got to give him shit.
Well, of course, Chris, had you given him the right advice, maybe Alabama would have actually had a, you know, but, you know, I don't think you would trade the path. So I don't want to do that to you. I have to give you that much credit. Maybe by spurring him away is what got you the Tua, the Mac Jones.
I mean, because if you think about it, if I didn't do what I did as a representative of the team, then Shula gets a longer contract.
You changed the course of history. Tim Tebow, I guarantee you, has a picture of your face. I'm gonna find a way to get Tim Tebow on this show.
Oh, dude. Here's all right. I plan on going. I plan on going to a Jaguars game this year because they play the Dolphins, and I got a very interesting wager on that game.
What weekend is that Jaguars Dolphins game?
It comes out on Wednesday, so I'll know on Wednesday when that game is.
That's interesting. Hey, babe, can you hear me through your headphones? The Jaguars play the Dolphins.
In Jacksonville.
That game in Jacksonville. We might need to sneak down. I might have to call in. I guess Wednesday the schedule comes out.
Yeah.
Which is big for us for other things. Wink, wink.
Wow. Anyway.
I just wanted to see. Go ahead.
So I gotta go see a Jaguar game that way. Here's how much God loves Tim Tebow. What if Trevor Lawrence gets hurt? Does it happen?
You're already playing. You already know what this is.
Because you already shown that, you know what, we like Gardner and he acts like one of us, but he really isn't one of us. Now, I'm not going to bring race into this. I'm not going to bring anything. There's different classes of people, different types of people in Jacksonville, Florida. All right. You have people who are from Jacksonville, Tim Tebow. You got people who are from Duval County. Now, Jacksonville is going to come and support this team. And you're right. They're going to sell so many tickets.
They probably sold 10 times as of today.
Which reminds me, what number does Gardner Minshew wear?
15. Yeah.
So.
Well, you know, he wore 5. He wore 5 in high school. So
he did. And with the skill players being able to wear whatever number they want to wear now, like the stars are aligning for a bunch of bullshit that I do not want to admit, because Jacksonville has an okay O-line, but it's not great. So you need a quarterback that can take a hit. Trevor Lawrence has not taken a hit since middle school football, really, probably. So
he took some in the Ohio State game.
Yeah, he did, but they called targeting on that bullshit. Anyway.
It took even more on that. Who's that put that beat down on? Was that the LSU whooped on him?
Yeah.
Patrick Queen and them boys? Yeah, they put a hurting on that boy.
So the stars are aligning for some bullshit, because if the kid gets hurt, what's going to happen is when he gets hurt, you've shown that, you know what, Gardner, we like you, but we don't love you. And we got this third string tight end who just so happened to have played quarterback his whole life. We're already 4-9. Let's give the kid a shot. And what will happen, because I know it will happen, because I know God hates me this much. What will happen is they will run off 4 straight games with them winning. And they will finish the season 8-9. They'll miss the playoffs, but they will run off and be 8-9 or some bull crap. And the second coming has begun. I don't know what I've done wrong in my life to get to this point. I went to church as a kid. I prayed. I went to Bible study. Like, I've done some stupid things in my life, but
can we revisit like how you started this next stanza of the show? Because this is on Spotify now. Like, people are going to be able to hear it. I don't know what I've done wrong in my life. And then you're going to start listing the things that you used to do right. I mean, first and foremost, You told Tim Tebow not to come to Alabama. This is your
did,
payback. This is your fault. God is getting your ass right now. And the fact I just said God and ass in the same sentence, I got a lot of repenting to do. I'm sorry, Mama. That's a shame. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So
this is amazing.
dude, it doesn't like make it make sense to me. I know how it makes sense. Okay, I know how it makes sense.
Here's the how. I can't make it make sense to you, but I'm here to piss you off, and not in the conventional way of how you did me during those Justin Fields conversations with me and Bates. Just in the way that this is going to happen, because I'm going to read 5 names to you, and I want to see what it registers. Are you ready?
Please.
Chris Manhertz, James O'Shaughnessy, Luke Farrell, Ben Ellefson, Tyler Davis. What did I just read to you, Chris?
I really hope that's not the list of Jaguar tight ends.
That's their roster, tight ends.
He's going to make this team.
It's not only make the team, he's probably going to be their H-back, like the flex tight end. They're going to be running all – this is happening, Chris. Like this is what I'm here to piss you off, because this is what I looked at before we got on, because I didn't know where you were going to go with your rant. I had an idea. The fact that the whole connection makes this like, this is even better than I could have ever imagined. Like, this might be the episode that actually makes us get where we want to get. You need to call this episode, I told Tim Tebow not to come to Alabama. And I think people are going to go, what? You've been holding that from me for 12 years?
4 years, dude. Like, it's
because 2 national titles really, I mean, you just still trying to make sure you got your alumni tickets. Hey, I needed him to flame out. Hey, you were waiting for the flame out so quick after that Heisman run. You were like, oh, he's okay, as long as he doesn't do, he threw that touchdown pass to Demarius Thomas. You was sweating, boy. You was like, oh Lord.
I hate you.
Is he going to be the ugly? Is he going to be the ugly quarterback that just gets it done?
That gets it done.
It just wins. It'll be the ugliest football you've ever seen. But somehow he's got 2 Super Bowls. Oh yeah, they would have revoked your Bama. Was it Bama Phi sign? Was it Bama?
Bama Sci-Fi.
Bama Sci-Fi, yeah. They would have revoked you.
Dude, this is what I don't get. Like, he's been out of football for years.
Chris, he has the freshest legs in football.
Here's the thing. I'm not going to do what everybody expects me to do and bring up Colin Kaepernick. I'm not. I'm going to leave that alone. I'm simply going to bring up that he's been out of football as a quarterback for 9 years. He is getting the opportunity to come and play a different position in which, just for the names you named off, I knew maybe one of those guys.
Well, the only 2 guys I know, and I had to click on one of them just to see who he was, because I was like, that's interesting. I know James O'Shaughnessy, because James O'Shaughnessy is a solid NFL player. Like, he gets open, he makes catches. Like, he's a good player, but he's not, what they had for years with Mercedes Lewis. You know what I mean? Like, I just had to think, I was like, did they take him? Because, obviously there was some talk of them maybe trading back to try to get Kyle Pitts too. There was some talk of Jacksonville doing that. But
let me open my third eye real quick. Has this been set up all along? Because you got rid of Mercedes Lewis a couple of years ago, who here's how full circle, let's bring it all full circle now. So rewind back to 2002. I got invited to play in the Under Armour All-American game, and a couple weeks before, I got invited to play in the California versus Florida game. Guess who was the tight end of the Florida team? I mean, of the California team in that game? Mercedes Lewis.
Well, he was
okay. God, he was, dude. I can't tell you because granted, we had a bunch of NFL guys on our team, but like their team looked NFL ready. So like with us, it was just a bunch of gold teeth and dreads and speed. Like they had size, and like those guys looked like NFL players already.
You guys are the equivalent. Like it's you guys like, and obviously you got to throw Texas in there too. Like
right.
There's nothing like those three states when they're functioning at full speed. Florida, Texas, and California. I mean, the best of three games you could do where you all play each other. And you know what I'm saying? And somehow there's some sort of championship at the end. That'd be a dope summer series to do for like June. Did we come up with an idea?
I think we did, honestly. I think
What's Good America Best of the Best Bowl?
I like it, actually. I like that. So here's the full circle. We got to. I feel like that's a need. Here's the full circle.
That's a dope idea.
Played against Mercedes Lewis. Fast forward, he gets picked up by the Jaguars and all that other stuff, blah, blah, blah. Then they get rid of him possibly a little bit too early. He did have a couple of injuries or whatever, but he's still putting up decent numbers for the Packers.
Yeah, he's doing what he needs to do.
Exactly.
But we'll see now that old Aaron Rodgers is – I can't wait to talk about that.
You had to get that in. So
keep going. Sorry, it's about 10 to go.
Did they figure out a way to open up, like, you know what? We know this coach won't be here for a long time. Tim does want to get back in the game. We can't really justify bringing him back as a quarterback right now. So let's figure out what we can do. All right. We'll suck a couple of seasons. We'll get in the quarterback of the future. We'll get this fake hillbilly redneck who will incite the fans and everything and get a couple guys back in the seats. We'll have him for a year or two. Then we'll get our guy. And then we'll bring in the guy we should have got a long time ago. This way, quarterback of the future. We have the second coming of Christ. And we got the redneck just in case some of our hillbilly fans want to see him. Dude, it's the holy trinity of bullshit is what it is.
Well,
you have the Father, the Son, and the fucking hillbilly Holy Ghost all in one team.
I can't wait for Callie to listen to some of the jewels. The Father, I'm not even gonna repeat it. It's that good.
Oh, I just want it to make sense.
It does make sense because Chris, you put it together in your rant. One, it sells tickets.
Yes.
Two, I already kind of wanted to watch them. Because if you can keep DJ Chark healthy, he's got a number one. DJ Chark, when healthy, was putting up numbers from all sorts of different quarterbacks. Like he can go get it. Like he's like a fringe top 20 guy to me.
Yeah, he just has 18, 19. Yeah.
He just has to put it together for 16 games. And he might have a guy that can give him the football. I mean, this guy is one of the best graded quarterbacks. He's the best graded quarterback, they said, since Luck and RG3. That's who Trevor Lawrence is. Like, so he's the prototype. So whenever you've had a prototype, the last one before Andrew Luck was who? Was Peyton Manning. Now, I'm not saying he's going to become these guys. Luck was on his way to the Hall of Fame, whether you liked it or not. They were going to find a way to get him a Super Bowl. He was going to win one.
You know, he had the best O-line in football.
They were building that for him. Peyton Manning, enough said. And I think the last guy that graded that high before Peyton Manning was John Elway. So, I mean, like, there's like these lineage with these number one overall picks, when they grade the way they grade. Chris, it works because here's a guy that basically said, I'm only coming back and be a quarterback. But the guy that recruited him
Yep.
or as I'll call them, the guy you sent them to, because this is what I love about the Tim Tebow story. There's so many pieces of this that they could have just been, the whole show could have been Tim Tebow's recruiting visit and how he landed Urban Meyer's arms. Urban Meyer wasn't even there. He had just gotten there.
Because Zook was there, I believe.
Yes, that's the point. The only way Florida works is when Urban landed. He said, "Hey, you saw what I did with Alex Smith? Oh, they don't. No, you don't want to go there anyway. That's not what they do. Come with me. I got a #1 draft pick." That's what happened, and that part's getting left out of this entire story. And then you just feel bad for Chris Leak because the writing was on the wall because,
yep,
Tim Tebow, who should be actually viewed as this. You know what Tim Tebow is? Dual threat quarterback. See, let me tell you something. I'm still not over what happened to me and how I was chastised on the phone.
How does this come back to you? How in God's name does this come back to you being a victim on the phone?
No, not a victim, but it comes to Tim Tebow. I always believed this. With the way that he was able to get defenses to keep him in games and that he would find a way to win. It was the ugliest football I had seen until the non-Ben Roethlisberger, Duck Hodges, Pittsburgh team that went 8-8. That to me could easily be the best defensive football of this decade. I said it could be of this decade. Seeing it was 2020. No, 2019. Maybe even of the century. They have to get credit for that. Because the Duck Hodges games.
Not good.
And they still got the 500. Mike Tomlin's never had a losing season. So, no. Chris, it is your worst nightmare. Because here's the deal. This guy's been hitting 95-mile-an-hour pitches for the last 3 years. His eye-hand coordination is stupid good.
I get that. I do. I promise you I get that. Here's why.
There's nothing to get. There's nothing to get. I'm not done. Urban Meyer's had this job for how long? I think you know that more than me.
A couple months, honestly.
So you don't think that he already was like,
I'm getting my boy.
You don't think Urban said, listen, you deserve a right send-off with your football. Urban's a lot of things.
He's loyal to his guys, though.
But he's a motivator. You can't win the way this guy's won if you can't motivate. Everywhere this dude has been, he wins. Won. Bowling Green, they won a shit ton of games. Utah, they are the start. See, they don't get the credit they deserve, Chris. They're Alabama. The start of the mid-major.
Yeah.
Was that Utah win?
Yep.
And it was them beating Oklahoma in that bowl game. And everybody said, oh, we got to start. And then it was Boise State with the Statue of Liberty. That came at, Urban Meyer did that. And then it was, oh, well, it's not going to work. It's not going to work at a Power 5. Power 5 wasn't even in existence. It was basically the Pac-10,
yep,
the SEC, the ACC, and the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Because the Big East, I think, was starting to dissolve by then.
They were starting to be done. Yeah.
So there was 4. If you didn't, it's like, well, if he goes to one of those 4 conferences, then he wins 2 championships. Well, then that we all know, and that's the 30 for 30. I think the Thugs are waiting for.
I need that 30 for 30 with Florida. God, I need that 30 for 30 with Florida.
You know how all those racist jokes starts. It's what is it like? A black man, a white man, and that's what the title of that should be.
Yeah.
A football son of God.
Dude, you had the son of God, a racist, and a murderer walk into the bar.
And that should be the name of that movie. And everybody would probably be talking about the Florida. What a side of Camden.
Oh God, stealing laptops. Anyway,
so let's see, and that's my point. Let's talk about that. Not about like the joke of that, but that type of talent that he got to play for him and win.
Yeah.
In monumental ways. He won 2 titles in 4 years. You can't, I don't care how you feel about him as a man or how he runs his program. He won 2 titles in 4 years, and they have not taken any of them back.
No, and he did it convincingly.
And then he goes home. He goes undefeated. Doesn't even get a chance. And then runs it back and wins it after that. So my point to you is this, very simple, Chris. It is your worst nightmare because you hate Urban Meyer.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Yeah.
And you hate Tim T.
Very much so.
I'm basically giving you a Grandy pass on this. I just know.
I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to take it. I said last show. I said last show that up to Grandy, I'm not going to do it. So I'm not going to drop the H.
I mean, listen, man.
She would understand. She would understand.
I mean, you have issues with this guy and with this coach, but it works, Chris, because you know for a fact Tim Tebow has been football-specific training, which means he's already probably put on. You know that first gain is crazy.
Yeah.
With the amount of money Tim Tebow has and resources he has. His legs are young. He's learning how to get back lateral again.
Just let me say this, and then we'll go into give me a minute because I have so much anger and hatred I can go into, but I'm not. Let me show you the lines that you've drawn that made me dislike myself a little bit right now. So it was already given that I had a slight hand in ruining the Alabama program. Okay. Whatever happened at the University of Alabama happened. Okay. I said what I said, but as a representative.
Quick pause. Give me a kiss. That's right. That's okay. I love you. I'll probably be I love you. All right. Did I lose you, Chris?
No, my headphones are being stupid. All right, hold on. Let me do it
Bluetooth go out? America, Austin.
Can you hear me?
I can't hear you. Well, I guess I'll fill the empty space. Can you hear me? But I can't hear you. Is that me? Did I go out? Oh, I think I went out. I think it's me. So you can hear me,
but
I can't hear you.
No.
Interesting. Well, America, I don't know what to say. I think I'm just going to read lips for now. Go ahead, Chris. Hey, we had a little pause there. My battery's fully charged. I don't know. My Bluetooth's going, but I don't see it. Go ahead, Chris. You go. You go.
All right. Matter of fact, I'm going to end Anchor. Let's turn on. I'll send this to Anchor regardless, but let's go straight from the show, from the computer. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Oh, bro, I hope that hasn't been going the whole time.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you through the computer.
Okay.
I can't hear you through my headphones.
All right. I'll run it this way. And because now that it's screwing up a little bit, I'll edit that out as best I can. Here's what I was going to say. I hear your TV in the background too. Oh, that's me still. Okay.
Yeah, I hope that wasn't going the whole time, because if that was happening, that's no good. That was like Shannon Sharp, like in the background.
So here we go. I've ruined the Alabama football program as a representative. I've ruined Chris Leak's career because I sent Tebow to him, essentially. I helped out my bitter rival Urban Meyer by getting them 2 championships. I helped out the Pouncey twins, which is always dumb. Like I'm sorry. That's the best thing I can say is I'm sorry. I don't know.
This is a tough one, man. I mean, at the end of the day, Chris, a lot of it's coming back on you, dude. And all I know is you better not hope he has like 50 catches. Yeah, keep your headphones by you just in case it's still picking us up. Like, that's crazy. I can't hear you. But you can hear me.
Dude,
But,
can you hear me now?
No, I've got you coming through. I can at least hear you through the computer. So,
All right, you might be able to hear me through Anchor now.
yeah. So if Anchor might still be picking both of us up, I don't want to lose that because we're going to upload it anyway.
Yeah.
I just say F it, dude. Do you want? You know what? I'm gonna do my give me a minute first. I'm gonna give you a minute.
Go ahead.
To regather yourself. Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna try to bring your spirits up because I don't know where you're going. You know, I had a few thoughts about some things. I'd see some things. Maybe we can next topic when we come back, which will be very soon, America. To get his mind off this. He did a good job of getting my mind off Justin Fields once. This is not over, though. I can tell you that right now. This is far from over. But America, I'm going to go ahead and take that sip. Give me a minute. America, it happened. One of the greatest things to ever happen to somebody like me happened. And all I'm going to say is, we love you, Screwball Whiskey. We do. I will continue to stay loyal to our unofficial, official sponsorship. But this, give me a minute, is to let you know that you have immediately been put on notice. This term. I don't know because usually, here's the thing about Montana, I want to shout out the 406 that they get credit for. Montana starts more drinking trends on the low. And then you go back to your hometown, you're like, bro, I've been drinking that for a year.
Yeah.
Remember Fireball?
Yeah.
We had been on Fireball for like 3 years. I went to Chicago in 2013. Because, we had been drinking it like, what, 2-3 years?
Yeah, 2009 almost.
You had Fireball yet? I was like, that's your new excitement, Chicago? I was like, oh, my city just let me down. It let me down. Like, I was a little upset about that, right? So I always want to give Montana a shout out because drinking trends happen. But like I told you, Screwball Whiskey, you have now been put on notice. Chris Turner, it happened. The 12-pack of watermelon has happened. White Claw, I am now unofficially your official sponsor. This is the greatest thing to ever happen to drinking, Chris Turner. Look at the screen. You look at the screen, damn it. Chris, it's its own 12-pack. I have been waiting on this. How long have I been waiting on this?
So far. You are setting us back so far.
I am not setting anybody back. Let me tell you something.
Jesus Christ.
On a scale of 1 to infinity, how delicious is White Claw watermelon? You could meet me in the middle.
You're setting us back so far.
This is not setting us back. This is the truth. And I'm going to go ahead and do you one better. If I'm setting us back, this is a flavor I sponsor. I can get it in 12s now. It's a wrap. Chris, what do you want me to do? This is not about setting us back. You want to blame me that their best flavor happens to be what it is? What am I supposed to do, Chris? Am I just supposed to stick with black cherry? Am I supposed to just stick with mango? Or do I look at White Claw and I say, you will be tagged from here on out because you did the thing that I've been waiting for you to do because you know. First of all, let's be honest. I'm the blackest person drinking the most amount of this shit in this entire country. This is a fact. So who are they really, really, like, what are they doing? This is not like let's go ahead and, that's how we're going to bring them in. We're not there. But to their credit, they are in Chicago. So, I mean, they got their industry. Like, it's brewed in Chicago, Chris. Like, they make it in Chicago. That's not even a Chi-Town stand-up thing. I promise you, not on this one. All I wanted to know is Screwball. I forever ask with you. You're always going to be there for this show. Because we'll be there for you, even if you don't, let us say that response to you by, because I think you guys are missing out. We got to start tagging you now that we're in Spotify and let you know what we've done for you. But you've been put on notice. From here on out, I'm coming for White Claw. And I'll go solo dolo, baby. It's nothing to me. Hey, Chris, I look forward to seeing about 3 or 4 of these in a couple of weeks, if you know what I'm saying.
I got you.
America, that's been my minute. Hey, White Claw, watermelon, dub 2. WCW. Hey, White Claw watermelon, Chris. WCW. Get some wrestling going now. We here, baby.
You made my day.
All right, man. I tried to bring you back. I already know this. I know yours is gonna go back dark. So
it's going dark, and this is
dark.
With your promotion of White Claw. It may have brought us up. With my give me a minute, I'm pretty sure it's going to condemn us.
Oh my God. I'm talking, hey, America, we talking Christopher Nolan, Dark Knight dark.
Like, it's America. I didn't even grab anything to drink today because I just had to get on and use this as my therapy. So America, if you got a sip, Walt, take a sip for me. America, give me a minute. I figured it out. It's not white privilege. It's not. It's not him being holier than thou. It's not. It's not even him being from Jacksonville, not Duval County, but being from Jacksonville. It's not. I figured it out when Walt was doing this Give Me a Minute. Tim Tebow is a Make-A-Wish kid.
Jesus Christ.
And you know how those kids are like on their deathbed or they're sick or whatever, and it's like, oh, I want to meet John Cena, or I want to drive a race car or whatever, something like that. I want to own a horse. That's Tim Tebow. They go see Tim. Tim, what do you want to do? You have a bad throwing motion. I want to be the starting quarterback for the Denver Broncos. There you go, Tim. It's all yours. What now, Tim? I want to talk about other SEC quarterbacks on the SEC network, and I want to be one of their best commentators. There you go, Tim. What now, Tim? I want to play professional baseball and then play so long that I can retire even though I've had a mediocre career. Here's a contract from the Mets, Tim. Tim, anything else? You know what? I want to play a position I probably haven't played since middle school that I said I never wanted to play in the first place, but I'll play it for the Jaguars. There you go, Tim. Tim Tebow is a Make-A-Wish kid because anything he wishes, he gets. Like, I don't know if he's sick. I don't know if he has dirt on somebody in the NFL. I don't know. But he has to be a Make-A-Wish kid because there's no way in hell this man gets everything that he wants. There's no way. Like, I said I wasn't going to bring Colin Kaepernick into it, and I'm not. There's other more qualified tight ends. There's other tight ends that came out and who were draft eligible this year that didn't get picked up, that won't get a shot. But you're going to pick up the baseball / SEC commentator. He's a Make-A-Wish kid. So, America, that's been my very offensive, mildly, and I haven't held back, but that was my give me a minute. Fucking Tim Tebow.
Well, I guess we'll call this part one, America.
Oh, this is definitely part one.
I don't know what happened to where we couldn't hear each other. I hope that when he plays us back, like it just still has all of us going, wait, are you there? Are you there? Because it just lets you know, Screwball Whiskey, White Claw, we need better equipment. And all I've done is spend thousands of dollars on the alcohol that gets us content. But I tell you, man, this NFL season is already shaping up to be.
It's going to be so good. It's going to be
phenomenal,
so good.
dude. We got so many stories. Like the show is going to be an NFL show at the way we're going.
It's going to be so good.
I hinted towards this. This Aaron Rodgers deal is insane. If he goes to Denver, like all of a sudden it's like, well, Denver's in the playoffs. Chris, do you know what I saw? Like, I'm just going to go ahead and just give prudence to dumbass things that I see on the internet at work. They're talking about the Eagles about to get Deshaun Watson.
I saw that.
Deshaun Watson and old Smitty?
Yeah, that's scary.
I mean, my fantasy teams are basically being drafted right now. As I wait for Aaron Rodgers and old Deshaun Watson to settle on in. I can go, you know what? I think I'm going to pick players from these 3 or 4 teams. Let me give you some of that Justin Herbert out there, get somebody late. Give me a little bit of this Tom Brady here. Since their entire team is back. You know, we might as well root for other things since football's over.
Yeah, that's dumb. I hated that so much.
We're getting our Super Bowl rematch, whether we like it or not.
I hated that so much.
Because how the Chiefs get better, bro?
They did. They did.
They got better. Like their O-line is dumb. Chris Long quietly. You know what? And I have to give the announcers that I hear credit. Like I've heard Shannon and Skip say it, and you know, I mean that's my show of choice because of Shannon. I love Shannon Sharp to death. But I've heard him say it like, and you got to give this guy some props, and then we'll get the hell out of here. But it's the Carson Palmer move. Like Chris Long sitting out for a year to get from underneath that after 7 years and be like, yep, I'm a Chief now. I'm about to play another 7 years. Is quietly one of the – this dude, when healthy, was one of the top 10 linemen in all football and can play guard or tackle. at 6'5", 310 pounds. He's a long.
I believe the phrase you were looking for.
Not Chris, I meant Kyle. Sorry.
Kyle, yeah. I believe the phrase that you were looking for is he finessed the game.
Well, actually, if I want to give true credence to it, the original, the two originals that I've seen do it in our lifetime, you know, where you're like, hey, like I legit just will not play for you. You got to give John Elway his due.
Oh yeah, that's a fact. I'll go play baseball. Fuck you guys.
And then the biggest nemesis in the history.
That mouth breathing dummy.
No, not him. He's after. The biggest nemesis in the history of all things Alabama. There's only one guy, when you mention his name, that can actually shudder respect from a Crimson Tide player. Vincent Edward Bo Jackson. Who said, if you draft me, I'm going to go play baseball. And they drafted him. And he went to play baseball. So it's really like Carson Palmer, like he remixed it like once you're there due to Carson Palmer, like, dude, just retire. Let all your papers settle. Stay in shape.
I'm back.
Somebody's going to want you, especially if you're on top of your game. But Bo Jackson, he took the John Elway move.
Times
and
10.
He fucking blew it out the water. Like, there's been nothing since Bo going, no, I'm legit going to go play baseball for you. I told y'all not to draft me. So the NFL, nobody gets none of this. And then he played, what did he play combined? Like 42 games?
Yeah.
Some of the best 42 games you ever seen.
It's ridiculous how athletic he was.
So, God, we're starting another show. We need to stop.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Chris. Do the sign-offs, man, so I get this over to you.
And
we'll see what came out of this. Tim Tebow ran. Tim Tebow might have cut off our feed. It might have been God.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt God was saying, oh, that's what you want to do, big guy?
Boop. Can't hear each other on Anchor anymore.
With all that being said, shout out to White Claw Watermelon. Shout out to Screwball, Stella Rosa. What's the Rock's drink?
Terramana. I didn't have enough hands.
Shout out to Terramana, Chic Workwear, Frito-Lay, everybody that's involved in the What's Good America family. Like
Frito-Lay had me working 12 and a half hours a day. I don't know about that. I appreciate my raise, but at the same time, you know, I couldn't even get to the gym today. I was like, got to show.
Oh God. So with all that being said, the same question we asked you tonight is the same question we ask you all the time. And what's that question, Walt?
We're here to.
That's not the question.
Hey, y'all know what that question is. And it's very simply, hey, what's good, America?
What's good, America?